Hey there, here's my new gun, my newest purchase I just bought. Bought it a couple of weeks ago. Actually, I bought it on New Year's Eve. As you can see, it's a Rock Island Armory, 1911 A1 MS. Mid-size is what Rock Island Armory calls it, but it's the commander size. It has a 4¼ inch barrel. I wanted that instead of the 5-inch barrel. This is about the third 1911 I've owned. I had Springfield Armory, and but I never had a commander size, and so that's what I got. I love a 1911. Many years ago, I was military police in the Army, and that was way back before the military went to the Beretta 92. I think they switched over to in 1985. But when I was in, our duty issue was the old Colt 1911. Had to get qualified on it, and I love a 1911. Carried it was loaded with 230 grain hardball. That's what I prefer shooting in it. It came with the wooden grips. I think they're walnut. Really nice grips. But my hands sweat a lot, and these are kind of slick. I do like these. I like the way it looks on there. But the last one I had at Springfield Armory, I had Pearce rubber grips on it. They're thin, and buddy, it makes a whole lot of difference. You can get with those rubber grips, it just feels better in your hand. You can get a better grip on it. It just feels so much better. And these are hard rubber grips. They're not hollow on the inside. I mean, they're stable. But it just gives you a good, solid grip. I mean, no matter if your hands are sweating, you standing out in the rain, you're gonna have a good grip on this gun. This is one of the newer models. When I bought this thing 2 weeks ago, it shows on here that the inspection date on this was April the 6th, 2016. And like I said, I bought it New Year's Eve, December the 31st. It's got, instead of having that big Rock Island Armory logo down the side, they've moved it to back here. And I like it better that way. I think it makes it look much better, at least to me, you know, to everybody to each his own. And she is 45 caliber ACP. As you can see, along with changing out the grips, I painted the front sight on it. I wanted the GI series, nostalgia for me. I preferred just the old 1911 A1. I didn't want it with the elevated sights back here. This is what I wanted. The logo is not on the other side, but to me, the Pearce grips just make it look a whole lot better. And I polished that barrel shroud. I don't know if it's showing up on this camera or not. I can't see how it's showing on that screen, but it was already not polished. It didn't have the parkerization on it. This is a parkerized gun, but I just took my Dremel tool and buffed it on out. And while I had something on my mind, I forgot what I was going to say. I lost my train of thought there. But it has a bull barrel. It does not have the bushing up here. This is called, I think they'd call it a reverse plug. breaks down just a little bit different. But I love this gun. The magazine, it only comes with one magazine, but it's an Act mag. And those are really, really good magazines. I got into a tight financially several years ago, and I had to sell a number of guns to come up with some money because I needed it right away. And one of the guns I had to sell was my Springfield Armory 1911, and I hated to do that, but you know, sometimes you have to do what you got to do. When I sold that thing, I had 6 magazines and 2 holsters that I let go with the gun. I got a good price for it, but I wish I'd have held on to some of those magazines now. One of the things I did, I don't know if you'll be able to see it on here or not without having to break it down, but I polished the feed ramp. I got almost a mirror edge on that. Mirror edge, a mirror polish on it. I don't know if you can see that or not. Hope you can. And like I said, the bull barrel. But it's got a good smooth action on it. I mean, you can just feel it. You can hear it, and you can feel it on there too. The safety on it, good and audible, easy to actuate and knock off. And the trigger pull on this thing, Rock Island classifies it somewhere around between 5 and 6, but I think it's less than that. It's got a lighter trigger pull than my Glocks or my M&P Shield. To me, it feels like around 4 pounds. But boy, it is a smooth trigger pull. Obviously, if you do that, yeah, I mean, it's not much to it at all. Love this thing. For those that are not familiar with the 1911s or in the commander size, I brought out my Glock 19. They are almost identical in size. Well, not almost identical. My Glock 19's got a 4-inch barrel. The Rock Island's got a 4 1/4-inch barrel. But they are like really compatible in size. Whereas the 1911 full size, it has a 5-inch barrel on it. So, well, I don't know if I got this in camera or not, but it's just a little bit more depth on the 1911. And right now I've got it in a Cook's holster, C-O-O-K-S. This is an inside the waist holster. I wouldn't use this to carry concealed around a lot because it is a little bit heavy. This thing weighs empty is 1.07 kilogram, and that comes out to 37.7 ounces empty. Loaded with an 8-round magazine, it's 1.24 kilogram. That comes out to 43.7. And I'm showing it to some of the guys I work with, and they say, "Man, that's awful heavy to be carrying around." And I said, "Well, you know, on our duty belt, with our SIG sour, our handcuffs, radio, pepper spray, extra ammunition, everything else, that's an extra 12, 13 pounds you carry around all day long." So once you get used to that weight, it's not a big deal. And having this on the range, it's not that big a deal either, but it fits in there very nice. Like I said, it's a Cook's holster. I think I paid $29.95 for it. It's right at 30 bucks. It has an adjustable, you can adjust the clip on it for a can on there. And I may switch back to the wood grips eventually, you know, off and on. I do like them, make the way it looks. That's what she looks like with the grips on it. But these Pearce rubber grips, oh, it just feels good in your hand. And that painting that on that ramp, all you got to do is just paint the slope back here going up. You don't need it on top and coming down. If you painted the whole site going in and out of the holster, it's going to knock that paint off anyway. But if you can see that front sight there, I can't tell what I've got in it, but it makes a huge difference at the range. I mean, you can really pick it up. It acquires real good. Well, that was my latest purchase. Love a 1911. Folks, I appreciate you watching, and take care. And oh yeah, I know one thing I was going to do. I knew exactly what I was going to do. I told you I had lost my train of thought on something. I was watching a couple of videos on Rock Island Armory 1911s the other night, and two different videos. I can't remember who they were now, not that it matters, but they were going over the features of the gun. Both of these guys said that the Rock Island Armory had a plastic mainspring housing. Well, I'm here to tell you it doesn't. This is a magnet. That is metal. I don't know if I said it or not, but the slide is hammer forged steel and the frame is cast iron. And for those of you that's not familiar with the 1911, it's the beaver tail, or some people call it the great safety grip tang. But you see that little mark right there? That's hammer bite. When you're firing it and that hammer comes back and it hits that, you can see where it's left its mark there. That's why a lot of people, they say they're getting slide bite back here. Actually, they're getting hammer bite from that, but that's what the little beaver tail is on there for. So, I think I got off my chest on it that time. I lose my train of thought sometimes. Well, folks, I appreciate you watching. Thank you very much. See you.